Remember the days when you used to come back from school, throw your school bag, boot up your PC and play the same game for hours without getting tired? Living every moment of it, with the best part being that you had no idea whatsoever about time. It used to pass by so quick. But fast forward to 2024, things have changed. You're free from school, you're home, you have a good internet connection, a good PC, console, and you don't have to worry about anything. But still, something still feels off. What is it? Have our interests changed? Or have the games itself? Despite having every bit of time in your palm, you still experience lack of interest. Well, we're also experiencing the same. So we decided to do some research and luckily found out that majority is facing the same problem. Then after learning it, we deducted some possible reasons for which we most probably think is the cause, which you all will definitely relate with. So let's identify the cause to why video games feel boring nowadays. Attention span. In our time, there was no social media like it is today. Even if it existed, it was just long-form content and other similar forms of media. TikTok and YouTube Shorts wasn't even a thing. People used to sit for hours watching their favorite videos and movies. But as time went by, things like YT Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok videos came. And they dominated the entire world in a matter of months. The same people who used to watch a 10-minute video, for example, degraded their watch time to just a few seconds. And with the addition of the global pandemic, this span decreased even more. Now, if we apply the same concept for a video game, it's no different. Even if the game has a good story, but it feels a bit slow at the beginning, modern gamers will just skip it straight away or will lose interest. And trust us, this has happened. Sometimes, some good video games are crowded with so many missions, side content, which adds an extra layer of storytelling, mostly seen in RPG games. But people, because of their low attention span, consider these things too much or not worth their time. The major cause of all this is mostly because of our lack of attention span, where we are so used to scrolling reels and shorts that we don't even bother skipping a good game, without even giving it a go. And it results in the players losing interest and the game stays there for the rest of your life, unless you get interested again, but that's another story. To counter this problem, the only possible solution is to force ourselves watching something longer or playing that game until we reach a point where our interest starts to develop. Only then we'll be able to find it interesting and we'll spend our time in it. Or another solution being to just lower your exposure to short videos. It's a very effective technique to not only increase your attention span but also to enjoy video games as well as your life to the fullest. Online video games and greedy corporates. The new millennial has given us a lot of new and great things, including video games, high-budget movies full with visual effects, and also internet. In the beginning, internet was used only to verify the game, but as time passed, the companies used to incorporate into the video game for multiplayer, co-op, and many other features, which sounded fun obviously and people were loving it. But as everything comes to an end, it also started to feel a bit boring. So we got games like Fortnite, PUBG, and other infamous mobile video game titled Free Fire. All of these games gained enormous amount of popularity from YouTube videos where people are seen playing them. This thing created a chain reaction where every person started to try out these games, and it resulted in a massive decline in numbers of AAA story-driven video games. Although people still play some of them, but only if they are from a massive franchise or series like Grand Theft Auto, God of War, or Assassin's Creed. Even if we talk about our personal experience, we don't give much preference to a fresh video game title which is actually better. The good games that get attention nowadays is only because of social media. So online games ever since their domination have greatly reduced the player's interest into trying out something new and different. And if you say we have some good online games, well, my friend, they're all based on the same formula. Either they'll be PvP, Battle Royale, or Team Deathmatch. Speaking of these online games, some companies incorporated the formula of in-app purchases into a much larger scale in video games, where even after paying a good amount for a story-driven game, we are still prompted to buy optional gear sets and weapons which surprisingly look and function better. It adds a pay-to-win factor of some sort, which makes the players lose interest quickly. Not because they can pay it, but those weapons and perks are so game-breaking that they take away the feel of grinding. Games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey had XP boosters which allowed you to make 10 or 15% more XP than usual, giving you a massive level up boost, which means you don't have to spend hours on hunting side quests. Just complete a few missions and you're good to go. It just takes away the overall feel, and not to mention that all of the good gear sets were put behind a paywall, so to get those, you have to buy those. Small things like this don't matter much to these big companies, but for normal players, it becomes like a shortcut to progress, while on the other hand, the sole purpose of video games is to escape reality and live in a fantasy world. But if money also becomes a stopping point in video games, then what more is there? So gamers don't prefer this and just leave the game as it is. Inspiration. It's a pretty basic and common thing that whenever we watch a movie or a TV show, we get so immersed in it that we desperately want to be a part of that world. And by being a part, we mean video games. The video games that are centered around that concept. For example, if you watched The Last of Us, you will want to play The Last of Us video game. Or if you watched the Batman movie, you will play the Batman Arkham games. So in today's generation, playing a game depends on inspiration. And if you cannot find any inspiration, then you won't play the game. Simple as that. It's not only limited to a particular form of entertainment, but multiple forms. Sometimes we play a game if our favorite YouTuber is playing it, or if it's in the trend. So if they are liking it, we will also like it. If they dislike it, we will do the same. So in short, our opinion is not our own anymore. What we see on the internet becomes our opinion. The prime example of this in today's world is Assassin's Creed. In almost every comment section of every Assassin's Creed video, you can see people hating it and then instantly liking a game which was not liked at launch. People hated Assassin's Creed Unity but are now praising it. People hated Odyssey but are now acknowledging it. And this is only because of one thing: opinion formulation. At launch, they saw someone's opinion and then formulated that as their own without even trying it or without even playing the game. And even if they're liking it, they'll quit it because someone said it wasn't good. And in a rare case scenario where someone speaks good of the game, people will lash out in the comment section abusing him for his own original thoughts. Life and growing up. Well lads, the final possible explanation for this is age. We notice that as we grow older, our interests, hobbies, and behavior changes. It's not that the games have changed, or maybe they have, but we're immersed in our own personal life so much that we forgot the only thing which used to give us joy. It was video games. Now we have tons of responsibilities to take care of. We have to compete with a lot of people to actually stand out. Most of us have a 9-to-5 job, some are married and have kids to take care of, some are stuck in academics, while some are just tangled in their personal issues, which overall contributes to the lack of interest that we feel towards this activity. Even if we find the time to play, we won't feel the same feeling we did the first time. Our heart won't beat the same, and our excitement will also not reach the same level, so we will not be able to continue. Well, some games manage to bring us back, but not all of them. So the most simple explanation to all of this is, our time has passed. It's the right moment to pass the torch. Let the new generation play what they wanna play. They are growing up with these games just like we grew up with GTA San Andreas, Assassin's Creed 2, Far Cry 3, and many other memorable titles. To summarize this video with a few lines, we must say that what's past is past. Instead of just feeling sad about it, we must embrace and flourish and grow with it. Celebrate the memories we made and share them with other people who experienced the same. This is what life is. New experiences at every turn. Each portion gives us a new lesson and a new perspective, so enjoy it to the fullest. And here we go, a short and a bit of entertaining video regarding the basic concept of life and our everyday struggle into finding the joy in things we used to experience before. But this was just our personal opinion. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below, as every person has something different to share and has a different take on things. So this will help us in return understand your thoughts on this topic. Anyways, we will see you in another video. Till then, take care, happy holidays, and goodbye.